This is the German higher role plays. This is volume 3, looking at 3 more sort of role plays. Okay, so the first one we got here. So we've got Sie. So straight away we have to use Sie if so it's formal situation. Sie sind in einem Restaurant in Deutschland. You're in a restaurant in Germany. Sprechen mit dem Kellner, Kellnerin, so waiter, waitress. You speak with them. So the first bit we've got here: Ihr Tisch reserviert. So Ihr Tisch reserviert für wie viel Uhr? See ya. Okay, so you're going to say, ladies and gents, wir haben vor 7 Uhr, so wir haben für 7 Uhr einen Tisch reserviert oder gebucht. So reserviert oder gebucht, 2 ways of doing it if you like. So you got gebucht is another way of saying that. Right. So then you've got the surprise question coming up over here. So we'll leave that for the time being. So the next bit, Sie kommen zu spät zum Restaurant und warum? Okay. Okay. So you basically got to apologize. Okay. Wir sind spät angekommen. We've arrived late. Weil es keine Taxis gab. Okay. We've arrived late because there were no taxis. Okay, does that answer that? Are you happy with that? Right, okay, so next bit. Ein Problem mit dem Tisch. Okay. Der Tisch ist einfach zu klein für uns. Einfach zu klein für uns. Now, in the sense that other people are going to turn up, maybe. So, für uns means that der Tisch ist einfach zu klein für uns. The table is simply too small for us. Okay? And the last bit, question mark for Vegetarier. Okay, so you can say, was gibt es? What is there? Für Vegetarier. So für Vegetarier, put V for short there. Alright, so that's the first bit. That's before you've, if you like, before you go on the exam. So you're going to hear all this spiel first of all. So the teacher says, Willkommen in unserem Restaurant. Welcome to our restaurant. And at that point, that's when you actually say, wir haben für 7 Uhr einen Tisch reserviert. You could have said, wir haben schon, we have already booked. I suppose you could put that in as well. Right, now we've then got the surprise question already up here, number 2. Wie heißen Sie mit Familiennamen? What's your, basically, your surname? Wir heißen, let's put that down here. Wir heißen Smith. Wir heißen Smith. We are called Smith. Okay, let's have that down here. Wie viele Personen haben Sie reserviert? Für wie viele? So how many? Und wir haben, oder wir sind insgesamt. Now, we are all together, that means. Wir sind insgesamt. Now, let's say that chuck in 7 Personen. Okay, 7 Personen. We are all together 7 persons. Essentially, we could have said, wir haben für 7 Personen gebucht or reserviert. Okay, you could have said that instead if you wanted to. Right, so we got that there. Okay, on that bit. Right, so we got alles klar. Zum Glück ist Ihr Tisch noch frei. Luckily, your table is still free. At that point, I've gone a bit confused on that. I do apologise. Allow the candidate to give his or her second name, blah blah blah, Smith, and so on. You go, alles klar, zum Glück ist Ihr Tisch noch frei. Now that is in response to number 3, where you say, wir sind spät angekommen, we've arrived late, weil es keine Taxis gab, because there were no taxis. Right. Okay. So. Yeah, and then you say this bit here, kein Problem, and here is der Tisch, no problem, and here is your table, to the fact that you have been late. So, you then say, der Tisch ist einfach zu klein für uns, the table is simply too small for us. And you say, the teacher says back to you, wir haben einen anderen Tisch here, we have another table here. And then finally, was gibt es für Vegetarier? Okay, what is there for vegetarians? And the person says, ich bringe die Speisekarte, I bring the menu for Vegetarier support. I bring it immediately. Okay, support means immediately. Let's have a look at this one. So it's Sie again. Sie sind in einem Geschäft in der Schweiz. You're in a shop in Switzerland. Sie sprechen mit dem Verkäufer oder Verkäuferin. Speak with a sales assistant. So let's begin with this. Ihr T-Shirt hier gekauft und wann? Okay. Ich habe yesterday, ein T-Shirt hier gekauft. So that should solve that one there. Alright? So the van bit, if you like, is answered by the gestern. So you must get that in there to get all the points. Right, Problem mit dem T-Shirt, 2 Details. So, es gibt, okay, I don't know, einen großen Loch. Now, großen Loch means there's a big hole in the T-shirt. That's what there is with T-shirts, isn't there? There's at least 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? So, es gibt einen großen Loch und die Farbe gefällt mir nicht mehr. Now, I don't know if that's a good enough excuse to take the T-shirt back. Nicht mehr means basically that the colour no longer pleases me. I'm no longer happy with the colour, essentially. All right. Now, obviously, you could talk about die Größe, the size, being an issue. Okay, I'll leave that for you to formulate if you want to. So die Größe, you can add that as another thing as well, ladies and gents. So you've got the question mark on Neues T-shirt. So, darf ich ein neues, so let's say, darf ich ein neues T-shirt? Now obviously if you bring a T-shirt back when it's 40, you don't want to buy it. So haben is have. Darf ich ein neues T-Shirt haben? Darf ich austauschen, exchange, etc. Yeah? So let's stick with that. Darf ich ein neues T-Shirt haben? Then you got the surprise question, and then finally, Ihre Meinung über die Bedienung ein Detail. Okay, okay, opinion about it. Ich finde eure Hilfe, Ihre Hilfe it would be, because we're talking about using a Z situation. You would actually lose points if you actually put eure or deine there. Ich finde Ihre Hilfe sehr hilfreich, very helpful, und gut oder fantastisch oder wunderbar. Yeah. So I find your help very helpful, essentially. Okay. Now, obviously, I'll put Hilfe as help. Aushilfe is another way of saying it. Now, you could just use Bedienung. Bedienung essentially means service. Okay, so Bedienung means service. Ich finde Ihre Bedienung sehr hilfreich and good. The reason why I suddenly thought Bedienung is probably a better word than Hilfe is simply because you're kind of repeating help twice, if you know what I mean. Okay, I don't think you'd be penalised about it. It's just some people might be fussy about it. Right, so let's have a look at this one here. So, Guten Tag, kann ich Ihnen helfen? Can I help you? So you say, ich habe gestern ein T-Shirt gekauft. So, I mean, ich habe gestern hier ein T-Shirt gekauft. Yeah, I don't like that being there. Don't know why. Ich habe gestern ein T-Shirt hier gekauft. Okay, I think the here is far better over on the other side of the T-shirt. Right. So, that is the first bit there, ladies and gents. So, let's have another look at the next bit. Now, ja, und gibt es ein Problem mit dem T-Shirt? Es gibt ein großes Loch, there's a big hole, und die Farbe gefällt mir nicht mehr. And the color I don't like anymore. Okay, and remember I pointed out you could use Größe talk something about the sizes instead if you want to. Right. So we're now moving on to the third thing, people. Es tut mir leid, allow the candidate to ask you a question about changing the t-shirt. So have we done that? Darf ich ein neues T-Shirt haben? Okay, yeah, may I have a new T-shirt, essentially. Right. I've gone the wrong way, sorry. So, ja, natürlich. So you say, yes, naturally. Okay, now this is the surprise question here. Here we go. In welche Farbe wollen Sie das neue T-Shirt und welche Größe? So, what color do we want? Ich will ein weißes T-Shirt. It's a bit boring, isn't it? I want a white T-shirt. Und, what else have we got to give? Und what size do we want it? Und die Größe, I'm not very good with German sizes, I'm not quite sure. And the size, die Größe muss eine, I don't know, eine 10 sein, must be a 10. Okay, alright, okay, I just go to, you know what I mean, like, it's got M for medium, L for large, and I'm sort of kind of deal with that way, you know what I mean? Right, moving on. And then we got, where we got to? Alles klar, everything clear. And then the question is, wie finden Sie die Bedienung here? How do you find the service here? And you say, ich finde die Bedienung sehr hilfreich, very helpful, and good. Don't need the good bit, but you can if you want to. Right, ladies and gents, a third but final one. Here we go. Don't want to look at that just yet. So back to do again. Du sprichst mit deinem deutschen Austauschpartner, with your German exchange partner, or the female exchange partner, which is Austauschpartnerin, über die Schule, about school. Du an deiner Schule, seit wann? You at your school, since when? So, ich bin hier bei der Claire. No, ich bin seit, I would actually put this time and a place, yeah? Seit, sorry, I've got in a bit of a mess with that one. Seit 4 Jahren. Ich bin seit 4 Jahren bei der Claire here. Okay? Now you don't need another verb here because that ich bin seit, I have been here for 4 years, yeah? Alright? Now in German, you literally say I am since 4 years at the Claire here. Right. So, then we got a surprise question. Let's move straight on down to number 3. Klassenfahrt gemacht, ein Detail. Now, we kind of used that in a video earlier. Wir haben einen Klassenfahrt, a class trip, nach Swanage gemacht, because weil wir ein Projekt, a project für Erdkunde, for geography. Sorry if you don't study geography or anything like this, or you don't even do this. Machen mussten. Okay, because we had to do. Now, okay, so we did a class trip to Swanage because we had to do a project for geography. Okay, so I'll just kind of chuck that in there. All right, next one. Eine Meinung über deine Lehrer und warum. Opinion about your teachers and why. Meine Lehrer sind, now, I don't know, what do you think, eh? Sind im Allgemein, in general, sehr gut und hilfreich. Now I've got to put myself in a bit of a corner here, okay? Ich finde Herr sehr lustig, weil I find him very funny because weil oft Witze macht, because he often makes jokes. Oder erzählt, he often tells jokes. So erzählen is the German for tells. I suppose you could say macht as well. Okay, now does that really answer that? An opinion about your teachers, why? So meine Lehrer sind im Allgemeinen sehr gut und hilfreich. Okay, I've kind of put myself in a bit of whatever there, because you probably want to put a vowel there. Ich finde Herr M sehr lustig, weil oft Witze erzählt oder macht. Okay, I think you can do better than that because that's not very straightforward on that. So, now you got a question about school uniform. So, musst du auch Schuluniform tragen? Must you also okay, wear a school uniform? All right. So you got tragen. Must you also wear a school uniform? Also in Deutschland or sowas. Okay, let's just sort of see where we come up with that one. So, seit wann bist du an deiner Schule? Is what I'll be asking you. Ich bin seit 4 Jahren bei der Claire hier. Nächste Frage. So this is a surprise one. Wie lang ist der Schultag und wie findest du den Schultag? So how long is the school day and how do you find the school day? So, der Schultag dauert ungefähr, lasts about, do you know, I can't think as I'm doing this. Shout out for me, it's about 6.5 hours, isn't it? Okay, so ungefähr 6 Stunden lang. Dauert ungefähr 6 Stunden lang. 6 hours long, literally. Okay, der Schultag dauert ungefähr 6 Stunden lang. Und, what's the other element of this? Und wie findest du den Schultag? Und ich finde es einfach simply zu lang. And I find it simply too long for me. Okay. Okay, so that's that bit there sorted out. Let's move on. Right, sag mir etwas über eine Klassenfahrt, die du gemacht hast. Tell me something about your class trip that you have done. So, wir haben eine Klassenfahrt nach Swanage gemacht. Oder ich habe eine Klassenfahrt nach Swanage gemacht, weil wir ein Projekt, because we, ein Projekt für Erkunde machen mussten, because we had to do a project for geography. Does that answer what we are looking for? Okay, so, yeah, I think that's all right. And moving on to the next bit. This is where I wasn't happy with the answer I gave, but here we go. Wie findest du deinen Lehrer und warum? Because that's actually talking about your teachers in general. Okay, and I started off answering it. This is all right up here. Meine Lehrer sind im Allgemeinen sehr gut und hilfreich. My teachers are in general very good and helpful. Now, I don't know if we can actually put in a better reason. Weil sie immer, it's a little bit wimpish actually, freundlich, nett, freundlich, nett und lustig sind. You still get all the points because it's kind of, now, alright, I hope you're happy with that. I've actually then been more specific about a particular teacher down here. Ich finde Herr blah 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 sehr lustig, very funny, weil oft Witze erzählt, because he often tells jokes. Okay, it kind of goes off at a tangent, that last bit there. Just put it in a different colour just to sort of, because I don't know, it doesn't specifically answer that well. Right, moving on. So we've done that. Interessant, I say. Right. And finally, musst du auch ein Schuluniform tragen? Do you have to also wear a school uniform? Bei uns gibt es keine Uniform, which happens to be the case in Germany. And that finishes off the role plays, the higher ones for this particular thing.